Chapter 1. Spotter Finds Snakes. Spotter was a tiny warrior whose official name was Jude. OMA was his grandmother. I suppose you are wondering why he was called Spotter. His OMA bestowed the name upon him the day he found the snakes. "Hey, OMA!" he yelled from a few feet away. "Yes, Jude," OMA responded with a smile because she never knew what he was going to say. OMA and Jude were exploring in the yard as both of them loved to do. "What kind of snakes are these?" Jude asked, pointing at the ground where he had just overturned an old piece of wood. "Snakes!" OMA exclaimed as her green eyes grew big and she hurried over to see what he had seen. "Hey, OMA, can I hold them?" "Absolutely not," OMA said as she pulled him back. "Those are baby copperheads, and one bite could kill you. See the pupils of their eyes? They are slits, not circles." "But they're no bigger than worms," Jude said as he looked up at her with his big blue eyes. "You are tiny too," said OMA, "but you are still very powerful. Do you see their little yellow tails and arrow-shaped heads?" Jude nodded. "OMA, what should we do?" OMA looked around for a shovel and said, "First, we chop off their venomous little triangular heads and then we bury them." OMA explained that even the heads apart from the bodies could still bite someone. Jude wondered why they couldn't just let them go in the forest, and OMA explained that she had made a deal with God, and if anything or anyone came into her yard that could hurt her family, it would soon find itself buried in the ground, never to be seen again. "I'm so proud of you for spotting them and being wise enough not to pick them up. It's clear you saved the day, and I think you deserve a special nickname to commemorate this occasion. What name would you like?" Jude thought about it and said, "Hey, OMA, you could call me Snake Spotter." "That's a fine name," said OMA. "Maybe we could just call you Spotter, since you are good at spotting other things too." So they agreed upon the nickname Spotter and buried the snakes together and bragged a long time about how he had likely saved at least half the world. Look out! "Hey, OMA, I'm a hero!" OMA ruffled his shaggy brown hair and replied, "Indeed you are." She knew how important it was to her grandson to be a hero. "Let's go outside and see what we see," said OMA. "Ah, snake! Copperhead!" Chapter 2. Blackberry Cobbler. "Hey, OMA!" yelled Spotter as he jumped up on her bed early one morning when he had come to visit for the weekend. "Good morning, Spotter." OMA yawned and opened one eye and smiled. It always made her smile when he came to visit because she knew there would be a grand adventure. "Hey, OMA, let's make a blackberry cobbler," Spotter yelled from 1 foot away. "What a wonderful idea!" OMA exclaimed. OMA and Spotter went into the kitchen. And she pulled down Spotter's special cup as she said, "But first, let's have some coffee." OMA had coffee with a little bit of milk, and Spotter had milk with a little bit of coffee, and they both had a lot of sugar. Then they got dressed and put their boots on, grabbed the big green bowl, and headed outside to see what they would see, as OMA always said. As they walked along through the forest, looking at this and that, Spotter pointed out different plants, and OMA taught him which were safe to eat and which were poisonous. She told him that a tea could be made from pine needles by pouring boiling water over them, and that it was good for eyesight and skin and hair. She told him it will help with his cough and to make his blood stronger. She taught him that clover flowers and leaves are safe to eat. All clover leaves can be eaten straight from the ground or in salad, she said. The white clover leaf tea is also good for coughs, colds, and fever. The red clovers are good for cramps, skin, asthma, and aching bones. "Hey, Oma!" Spotter yelled excitedly as he picked up a beautiful yellow flower. "I know what these are called, dandelions." "That's right," Oma said proudly as she patted her little grandson on the back. "Do you remember what dandelions are good for?" Wildcrafting was one of their favorite things to do together. Spotter remembered that a tea could be made from dandelion roots after grinding them up, and that the flowers and leaves could be eaten as well. Tummy aches! He said proudly, "And we have to dig the roots out with a sharp stick, then dry them first. But the leaves and flowers we can eat right now," he said as he chomped on a small dandelion leaf. He knew that the smaller leaves tasted better and the larger leaves tasted bitter. "Exactly. Good job, Spotter. Ah, here we are." Oma smiled as they arrived at the blackberry patch. "You spot the blackberries and I will pick them, because the vines have thorns which will poke you. And remember, always watch for snakes and bears when you are picking berries." So Spotter held the big green bowl and pointed out the berries, while Oma picked them and pretended not to notice that more berries made it into Spotter's mouth than into the bowl. When most of the berries had been picked and only the unripened ones were left on the bushes, Oma declared that should be enough to make a wonderful cobbler for breakfast. Then she took a good look into the bowl and pretended to be surprised that there were only a few berries at the bottom. "What the ham?" Spotter laughed and pretended he had no idea where the berries had gone to, and Oma chuckled too as she saw his purple face and hands. "Hey, Oma, I just remembered, I don't even like blackberry cobbler." Oma shook her head and took her littlest grandson by the hand and led him back to her little cabin in the woods, and they made plans to eat eggs instead. Oma's blackberry cobbler. Here's the recipe, and here's the recipe for first place world famous Jude's scrambled eggs. "Hey, Oma!" Spotter yelled from 4 feet away as he pulled up his special stool to the kitchen counter. "I will scramble the eggs." Oma smiled because she knew how much Spotter loved to break and scramble the eggs. She taught him that it was just fine if some of the shell bits got into the eggs, because he could just scoop them out with a larger piece of shell. Then Spotter picked up his special whisk that his great-grandmother, who was Oma's mother, had gotten him. It was just the right size for his little berry-stained hands. So Spotter scrambled the eggs, and Oma cooked them in a frying pan while Spotter made toast. When the food was ready, Oma asked Spotter to bless it, and Spotter said the little prayer that Oma had taught him. "God is great, God is good. Let us thank him for our food. By his hand we are fed. Thank you, Lord, for daily bread." Then Spotter and Oma shared a delicious and delightful meal of scrambled eggs and 3 berries each. Chapter 3. Spotter and Oma and the Tiny Castles. One day, Spotter and Oma walked outside and saw tiny castles made of mud all over Oma's yard. Oma said they were called crawfish holes. Some people call them mud bugs or crawdads, and she taught Spotter a song she had sung with her sister when they were little girls. "You get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line and I'll get a pole, and we'll go fishing in a crawdad hole. Honey, baby mine. Hey, Oma, my mom can eat 1,000 crawfish at once, Spotter bragged. Can we catch them for her? I suppose we could, replied Oma. We could poke a long stick down into each hole and pull them out when they pinch it. Then we will have to boil them. We only need to find 1,000 tiny castles. Spotter looked at Oma, and Oma looked back at Spotter, and they both looked at the little castles, and then back at each other, and Oma was relieved when Spotter said, I think I'll just take her to a restaurant. I like that plan ever so much better, Oma replied. So instead of trying to catch 1,000 mud bugs with a stick, they both put on their rubber boots and played in the mud instead. And Spotter pretended to be a conquering hero that had chased away the giants from all the tiny castles. And his Oma knew that he really was a hero with a hero's heart. Here's the pole. Here's the line. Let's see what we see. There's a crawfish. What's inside there? Ah! It's a crawfish! And of all the things to never, ever forget, Oma wanted him to know. Never forget. Oma loves you. Look inside my heart and you will see. You are woven into every beat of my heart. Until the next adventure. Drink lots of water, grandson.
How did you go all the way back there? And did you actually go all the way back there and make a fire?
No. I made the fire here where I am.
Wait, what? But that looks like it's in the woods.
It is. It's in the woods, but there's a lot of woods everywhere, baby. So I wanted it to be like we were together, because we always like making the fires too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was hoping. It would be like we were reading the book together.
Today, when I saw a snake.
And you found him under an old piece of wood. That was the day you got named Spotter. Yeah, that's a different hut. We made a lot of things together.
Yeah, we made a lot of stuff. We made a hut and we made a porch.
So there was another second hut behind that one, the one in the front yard. But you didn't really play in that one at all, so we were taking it down and we were cleaning up all that old wood and everything. And that's when you turned over a piece of wood and you found the snake. Two snakes, two baby copperheads. Do you remember the blackberries and how you would eat them all?
That never happened.
It did happen. Do you remember Oma's big green bowl?
But I remember that part where that place above the creek where we used to eat our sandwiches.
And I knew you would love the crawfish. Did you have trouble getting the little crawfish out of the hole?
And the picked it up with the shovel.
Oh, did you? Just with all of it, try to use an easy hand so that things don't break and it lasts you a long time, okay?
Okay.
Well, I'm super glad it got there in time and in good shape and it all worked and that you love it. Very glad about that. So anytime you want to watch that, you can watch it, okay? And then just bring it out on special occasions or maybe every year on your birthday or something. That'd be cool, and I'll add to it. I'll send more little pieces like it as I remember different stories, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you remember any stories, and I will write them up in a book.
Okay. Dora, and probably any story that Oma makes.
All right. Well, I got lots of stories. I remember a bunch of them. So I'll surprise you from time to time with more of them, okay? All right. Well, I love you. Thank you so much for calling.
I'm picking up.
Happy birthday. Oh, wait. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Spotter. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Yay.